Hello, my name is Santiago Alvarez, and today I'll be talking to you about a flipped classroom. What is it? What are some benefits, some challenges, and how you can get started with your own flipped classroom as well. So I hope you give it a try after this presentation. So, some of you may be asking, what is a flipped classroom? Well, a flipped classroom is a computer-based instruction, and what that means is the student now is taking the instruction home. That's how we're flipping the classroom. So no longer are students sitting in the classroom listening to whole group instruction. They are now taking instructional videos made by the teacher for homework and coming into the class to collaborate with one another with teacher support. So you may think in a regular classroom, the teacher would stand up in front and present their lesson to the whole group, and then students would practice and then go home and do a homework sheet for homework. Well, now we're going to switch that around and flip it, where the students actually do the instruction at home by watching videos and taking notes, and when they come back into the classroom, it's solely focusing on mastering the skill and the concepts that they watch in their video at home. That's the flipped classroom that we have. So teachers provide support in the classroom instead of spending time on whole group instruction. Now, there's some great benefits to go with a flipped classroom, and the first one starts with students. When they watch these videos at home, they can watch it at their own pace now. No longer do students need to try to keep up with the teacher and take notes in the middle of class and ask questions and stop and not knowing what's going on. They can now pause those instructional videos, take notes, and then press play and continue. So if a student is struggling to keep up, they are able to stop the video and watch it again as well. So it's a great way to differentiate, where let's take a higher student. In the whole group, they may be waiting for other students to catch up with their notes as they are ready to move on. So if they watch the instructional video at home, they may only need to watch it once and come into the class prepared to work on the lesson, while other students may need to take a pause and rewatch the video and try to learn the concepts. The whole time, another benefit is the teacher is providing support in the classroom. So when all students return back into the classroom, some of the students may collaborate and work with one another and help each other out. So a great thing is a student may choose to work on their own in the classroom or work collaboratively as a group, and the teacher is walking around monitoring everyone the entire time. So that's a great thing about a flipped classroom, is you're able to differentiate for every single student. And students who master the skill one day can move on to another instructional video to watch at home the next day. And others who may need a day or two to review the lesson can spend that time as well. And so you may see several students 4 or 5 lessons ahead of other students because of how they're progressing, but you can still use them in the classroom to help support those other students who may be having trouble with a specific skill as you're working with another classroom in the back. Now, there are some challenges to a flipped classroom, so let me go over those and give you some possible solutions to some things that you may be thinking about. For one thing, it may be time consuming. So when you look at creating videos, it may be difficult to be able to create videos for every single lesson. Well, a good way to use that, a way to solve that issue is by using different online programs. So if you're using it for mathematics, you can use Khan Academy. There's also other YouTube clips that you can use to help with instructional videos for those who move on ahead. Now, you do not want your students to go too far ahead. You can help them by reteaching a couple skills or also leveling it up to a higher difficulty on the same skill as well. Another challenge could be with classroom management, where teachers may not feel comfortable with the collaboration and the noise that's going on in the classroom. But I think when you have a strong management skill and students are taught the proper way to collaborate and discuss with one another, it can really bring down the classroom management and have students really focusing in on their work and staying on task. Another challenge could be the students do not watch the videos when they go home for homework, whether it's something that happened at home and they're unable to watch it. So a great solution to that is providing the first 5-10 minutes of class time for students to watch the videos and take notes during a math lesson or a history lesson as well. So they could sit on the back on their own, watch the videos, take notes, and then return back into the classroom to their collaborative group or work on their own to be able to continue as well. So those are just a couple of things that you may be able to solve as well. Now, when we're looking at some examples of how we can utilize a flipped classroom, a great way would be either in a history or project-based American Revolution. So you may be able to use the American Revolution topic and teach the students through instructional videos using PowerPoint or other presentation programs where students learn about the different causes at home. Then when they return to the classroom, they may work together as a team to make posters or role-playing different events of the American Revolution that led to the independence from the colonists from Great Britain. And so they're able to come into the classroom, collaborate with one another, and discuss some of the causes and create some of the posters that people were using back then to have people join their cause as well. So that's a great way to use it in history. In mathematics, if we take, for example, the concept of decimals, the students can watch decimals being done at home and then return back to class and do some project-based, whether it's students get menus or get ads from the supermarket and start purchasing different things that have decimals and adding and subtracting and spending their class time doing that together as a group because they've already watched the videos at home and understand how to do the math, and now they can problem solve with one another. So these are just two great examples of how you can use project-based learning with your flipped classroom. And now in the next video, I'm going to show you a little bit about how you can get started with a flipped classroom as well. Thank you.